Welcome aboard, everybody. It's Captain D. Today we're flying some airliner flights with the PowerSet Virtual Airline. We're going to fly the 737-900 Zibo from San Francisco International to Miami International. It's a 5-hour flight, so obviously I'm going to break this up into sections like takeoff and climb, and then once we get into cruise, I'll probably cut off the recording unless something noteworthy happens, and then we'll pick it back up on the descent into Miami and do the arrival and landing into Miami. Here's our flight plan if you want to take a look here. Payload information. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and go out to the airplane and start getting programmed and ready to board passengers. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so we're in the plane. I've got the engine started. I've got the FMC programmed. We are ready for pushback. Unfortunately, my better pushback plug-in is not working right now, so we're going to have to use a little bit of reverse thrust here. Alright, and we're at gate 58, so to taxi to runway 28 left, we want to go over to Foxtrot and take Foxtrot all the way down to 28 left. Alright, I think we're ready to taxi.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Alright, cabin secured. Auto brake set to rejected takeoff. Alright, and we have been cleared for takeoff. Takeoff power set.
knots.
80 knots, airspeed's alive.
V1.
V1. Rotate.
Positive rate.
Positive rate. Gears coming up.
$400. $1,000.
Autopilot is engaged and flaps are coming up. Coming up on 4,000 and everything seems to be working. We're on course. Right at 250 knots. So the frame rates are staying above 20 for the most part with everything jacked up. I usually like to see it run around 30, but everything seems to be okay. Nice view of San Francisco. Alright, flaps are up, auto brake, anti-skid is off. Not sure why we've got red lights here. Usually those go out. The gear's up. I looked when we were outside, so I'll just monitor that. Pressurization's good. Good. Everything's looking good. Alright, we're coming up on 10,000 feet. Well, I don't do a whole lot of airline flying. I usually prefer general aviation, but it is fun to branch out to the airlines every once in a while. I keep myself current with the PowerSet virtual airline. If you guys are interested in the PowerSet virtual airline, I will put a link in the description. It's free to sign up. Quite a bit of different aircraft you can fly, as well as you can pretty much fly any route you want, but there are some scheduled routes between the hubs of San Francisco, New York, Miami, and London, and Dallas, I believe. This is the first video I've done in any of the Zibo aircraft. I've done some airliner videos with the FlyJSim 737 and 727. Feel free to check those out. I'll put a link up there. So what I'm going to do right now, we're climbing to our cruising altitude of flight level 370. What I'll do is I'll leave the cameras on until we get up into cruise, and probably a few minutes of cruise, and then I will cut the cameras off and we'll pick it back up on the descent, so there's not a 5-hour video of cruise time there. Quite a cloudy day. There's 17,000, 1,000 to go for transition altitude. For those of you that don't know, transition altitude is where you change your altimeter to 29902, and that's standard, and that way everybody's showing the same altitude in the flight levels for ATC. Alright, there's 180, so we'll go ahead and switch to standard. There we go. And we'll double check everything over on the co-pilot side. I'm not sure if it transitions over. Nope, doesn't look like it. So, there we go. Alright, we're climbing at about 1,500 feet a minute, getting 386 knots over the ground. True airspeed of 376. Indicated airspeed 284. Alright, and there's 310. We'll go ahead and switch back to VNAV speeds. And we're at the top of the climb. Alright, we're in cruise, and we're going to be in cruise for a couple hours here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut off the cameras and we'll pick it back up on the descent. Alright guys, we've just reached our top of the descent and we are on our way onto the arrival into Miami. Pretty uneventful flight. Not even any weather. I mean, this is the most clouds I've had the whole flight, so you guys didn't miss anything by me turning the camera off. We're going to do the ILS into runway 12, and the missed approach for that is climb to 800, then climbing left turn to 3000, direct Victor Kilo Zulu, VOR, DME, and hold. So pretty simple missed approach. As soon as we get a little closer here, we'll get the ATIS. Alright, coming below 10,000, we're going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights.
Think rate.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilize, Mr. Burcham is
Hold
set.
up. Think rate.
500.
Think rate.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Alright, well, we made it down. I should have left my settings a little lower, because as soon as we were starting to come into Miami, as you can see, I'm dropping into the low 20s, high teens, which makes things a little goofy looking, but we managed to save that landing. I'm not sure why the approach didn't capture. I probably didn't program something right. But we were vigilant and managed to save it. Oh, let's find a gate. Flaps are coming up. Speed brakes are up. Alright, we're on the ground safe and sound. Welcome to Miami. As always, I hope you enjoyed the flight. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe and stay tuned for future episodes. Until then, see you later.